Wow, that was a long introduction. I do want to correct one thing. We serve communities that have 400,000 population. I wouldn't want to say 400,000 customers because our parent company is a public company, and I don't want to get off on that. But wow, what an exciting time. One, you can't run that kind of ad in any of our other markets. I mean, this is cool. Really, Breckenridge deserves a world-class network because it's a world-class town. People come here for a wide variety of reasons, whether it's in the summer or the winter. I personally live about 4 hours away from here, and this is my vacation spot. So it's so exciting to now be able to participate in making an infrastructure here that removes excuses for anyone to, there's no excuse to not come here, but there's excuses to leave. They have to go back and work, or they have to go, well, very soon you'll be able to do anything from Breckenridge that you can do anywhere in the world in a communication sense. So I'm real excited about how this is all going to come about. So how does it all come about? First, it requires vision. And your mayor, your city, or your town's council have that vision. And then the entire support structure of all the town's employees that I've met, wow, they're progressive too. And they're really a type of group that can get things done. And guess what? We don't run into towns like that very often. Usually there's excuses. And here it's, no, we want to get this done because we want to lead the charge. So what does that mean? One, ALLO's honored to be a part of this. We've got many people sitting here from ALLO. Please introduce yourselves, get to meet us. We're the kind of anti-corporate telecom company. We want to be part of your community, and we will be. We want to work arm to arm with you to make your community even more successful than it is. And so how do we do that? One, we open a local presence. Number two, you'll see us a lot. Number three, we don't know where fiber, where communications is going over the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years. I hope that's not why you selected us, because what we're here to do is to enable things, to enable anything that's needed in this community going forward. What's exciting for us is a town like Breckenridge, Colorado, a city like Lincoln, Nebraska, Fort Morgan, Colorado, Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and many other communities, both Nebraska, Colorado, and probably other states that'll come. We can take all those experiences and make the community better, make the world a little bit better, and make these communities even more successful. So what do? We offer today gigabit service. Let's talk residential. Gigabit services with internet. We offer TV. We offer telephone. But it's only gigabit for today. Tomorrow it's going to be 10 gig to the home. Or maybe it'll be more smart home things, or virtual reality, or artificial intelligence out of the home. We don't know where it's going to go, but we're quite confident that fiber will help us get there. The next thing on businesses, about 50% of our gross margin comes from business, governmental and business. And what we offer is great internet, obviously, great telephone services, but also layer 2, layer 3 services, metro Ethernet services. We can connect the town of Breckenridge to almost anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. And so that's the other thing we offer. So all of a sudden, the town of Breckenridge can become something even more than it is today, and it's already an exceptional place. So one, thank you for asking ALLO to participate in your project. Number two, it will be disruptive. Any change is disruptive, but as I've been coming to Breckenridge for 30 years, this isn't the first disruption you've seen. And each disruption makes the town exceptional. And we have 4 values at ALLO. One's to be local. I've talked a lot about that. Number 2 is to be exceptional. The next one's to be hassle-free. During the construction phase, there'll be a little bit of hassle, but how we'll work together for the next 30 or 40 or 50 years, you'll see is hassle-free. And the last, and maybe most important, is we'll be honest with you. When we see an opportunity, we'll bring it to you, but we'll bring it to both the town and the people who live here, work here, have businesses here in an honest manner, and we'll deliver on what we say. So thank you very much, and I'll open it up for questions for not only me, but anyone else. Yes?
Rod, will the offerings be all triple play from the first homes or businesses, or what's the service plan?
Will the service offerings be all triple play? Let's start on residential. And will it be, what will be available on day one? Let's talk first 30, 60 days. We will offer a triple play offering, but you can choose anything a la carte. You can choose a variety of internet offerings. You can choose whether you want voice and some TV offerings. One of the best ways is to go to allofiber.com, and you'll see what we offer in other communities. Very shortly, we'll have the Breckenridge page up with our offerings there as well. And then on the business side, you can choose internet only, internet and voice only, as well as transport to a variety of places. We do have a significant presence at 910 Telecom, which is one of the big telecom hotels in Denver, and we can connect to, we're an AWS certified carrier as well. We really, almost any type of service that you may want, we'll be able to provide. Next question, yes?
So I understand a lot about what you're doing locally here. How does this connect to the outside world? What is the technology there?
How does this connect to the outside world, is the question. Well, what we'll do is we'll connect, I'll walk you all the way back. We'll connect the service to a home or business inside of the town of Breckenridge. It'll then transport back to our central office, which will be based here. Then we'll have dual transport back to 910 Telecom, and it'll also then be redundant to 1623 Farnham in Omaha, so that if something bad would happen in Farnham, we can reroute. And from there, it jumps to the internet or anywhere you want to go. We are a telephone company, so we do our own switching. We connect to basically the PSAP and all the other long distance carriers and all that from our 2 locations. And we're certified with the Public Utilities Commission here as well. So it is important that we are a self-contained telecom company.
What does success look like for Allo?
What does success look like? One, guess what? You're in the competitive business now. So I like to say when ALLO has all the customers, that isn't going to happen. This is competition. This is a wonderful situation for the community. The community usually will save money, quality of service goes up, all those types of things. But I've always said that I expect ALLO to be able to garner a majority market share. I don't like to put the exact percentage on it. I think it's successful for the community at a lower market share than majority, but yeah, that's a good target. Next question. Yes?
As far as connections to individual homes and businesses go, do you have any read on how the cost would be split among the consumer and the town, or if there will be any subsidy there?
What will the connection costs look like? That's being worked out right now. The overall cost structure we're working on with ALLO and the town of Breckenridge, and that'll be forthcoming. But generally, I see the costs as being for equal to a little less than what people are paying today, and the speeds, particularly upload speeds, to be far greater, better latency, all the things that were mentioned earlier. So stay tuned is probably the best way to say. I don't want to promise something and then it change as we're rolling out. Other questions? Yes.
You mentioned gigabit to the home. Will there be other speed selection?
Yeah. Gigabit to the home, is that the only speed? No. Today we offer a 20 meg, which is really up and down, which is really more of our economy plan. It's very, very important that you don't create a digital divide. Digital divide, it means that certain economic groups can't participate in the World Wide Web. So we try to subsidize and make some lower cost solutions there. Then today it's at 300 meg. A year ago it was at 100 meg, I think, was our next step, but we moved that to 300 meg. And then finally, a gigabit is today's. 10 years from now, I have no idea where that's going to be, but that's what we'll launch with today. Other questions? Yes?
What's it going to cost, or do you have an idea on the overall build-out for the network, just construction? Do you have a figure for that?
Overall cost of the build-out, do you want to talk to that, Shannon?
So we don't have an overall cost for what will probably be a 4 to 5 year project. This year, we are still finalizing the numbers to construct the build that I described earlier. We're probably going to be somewhere in the range of 9 million to 12 million. There are some factors. ALLO is really helping us value engineer, which sounds like we're cheapening it, and that's not the case. They have folks out on the ground that are walking the design route and looking at it in real time and saying, you know what, you can build it around this way, and that will save you money when you go to do the drops. So from the backbone to actually an actual business, if we construct it this way, we can hit 2 businesses at the same time instead of having to build out to everyone. So we're still in the process of figuring out how we can save money on the build and then determining what it will actually cost to get from the backbone to a business or to a home. So there's still some factors in there that we haven't quite nailed down, but we're hoping in the next month or so to be able to land on a solid number.
Is there a ballpark estimate or anything like that that you're currently working with?
There is not. And there also, remember that what we do this year is the backbone and then some of that distribution network. And then as we go into years, say 2 to 5, it's the distribution network. So the backbone will be built, but each distribution area changes. And so we have to get through those design phases in order to answer those questions.
We just add just a couple thoughts to that. We're doing this in phases. And as Shannon was saying, that first phase could be, I think, a number plus or minus 10 million. And that probably will be the most expensive phase. Because we're putting in the backbone, we're having to build a structure out by the Justice Center. It's called the Meet Me Center. It's where the backhaul from Denver will come into, to which we hook into. And we decided to do it in phases for a couple of reasons, because we really wanted to get certain parts of the community lit up. We wanted to basically get business lit up, and that's why we started on Main Street. And we wanted to hit a residential area that we really felt should have a lot of interest based upon the feedback that we've been getting. Wellington is where there's families with lots of children. You know, 5:30 at night, we're told, mom is hearing from the kids, "Mom, I just got thrown off, and the system crashed." And, so the moms say the kids are doing homework, but we know they're all gaming. So this first phase is as much a test phase. Again, as I said earlier, we've heard from the community, they're not happy with what they have today. So we said, fine, let's go with business, and let's go at a residential area that should have a good take rate. And if we're right, and we've heard the community appropriately, we should be very pleased with what happens there. If for some reason there isn't a significant take rate, then obviously it doesn't mean that we're gonna continue to plow ahead and put this stuff, all through town. We will be doing pre-marketing to make sure that we have sufficient take rates in different high-density areas, and to the extent that we do, then we can proceed into those areas. So it'll be step by step, I think very, very carefully, trying to keep an eye on the cost. Again, keep in mind that the first phase will be the highest cost, say per premise, that we light up into.
You want to take it or you want me? Other questions?
This may be more of a question for Gary, but we have public Wi-Fi now, free public Wi-Fi around town, and that's in some really cool strategic spots. Is this gonna piggyback on top of that?
I don't know. Good question.
Here. Do you want to take it or do you want me to take it?
You start. And then
Okay. The expectations is that this fiber network enables many smart city applications, not just the Wi-Fi that exists today, but next generation solutions for that. And so I can't imagine that won't be logical extensions of this.
Yeah, I agree. We've talked about smart city, and we've talked about Wi-Fi and where it's currently deployed and where we might want it deployed in the future. So that is definitely a part of our thought process.
And I just wanted to, let me just mention while we're kind of talking about this is, as we do the construction around town, we are putting in a lot of extra conduit so that if others come along and would like to either lease from us, that's a possibility, or if they want to put their own systems in, particularly some of these 5G providers, although there's a lot of hype about 5G, but it's a long way from being economical and a variety of other reasons. But we are setting up this system not only to support ALLO and everything that they can provide, but if an AT&T were to come along, as an example, and wanted to do 5G along Main Street or in a dense area, we have the opportunity to say to them, look, you could lease some of our fiber, or you could, if you want to put your own system in, you can use some of our conduit, and we'll do some cost sharing. The other thing that we're finding right now is that the trenching that we'll do along Wellington, out to the Wellington neighborhood from downtown, Excel wants to do some upgrades. So we're having the opportunity to chat with them right now in terms of once the ditch is dug, we both put our spaghetti in and have the opportunity to share some costs. So we're approaching this in a sense of there are some partnerships, there are other joint ventures, there are other opportunities to not only control our costs, but actually to reduce them as other players want to come into this market for a variety of reasons. Okay. Tim?
I'm gonna add on one little thing there. And ALLO's an operator, but this is your community's, your town's network. I can't wait to see where you take it. Not where necessarily we take it, but where you take it. Because again, it's your network. And so as new technologies come, I can see the town of Breckenridge embracing certain of them faster than maybe any of our other markets, or maybe even almost anywhere else in the country. And so I'm excited to see where it goes.
I just wanted to sort of point out something. So obviously, unemployment's historically low, but there's got to be a great local economic development story also to what you're doing here in Southern California.
Economic development today, low unemployment, looking for workers, that's pretty common throughout the country and particularly this area. But you always want to be forward thinking. And why couldn't executives operate year round from here? Why couldn't technology companies, what better place to create and think and operate? Again, we'll help the town of Breckenridge take this to wherever it's going to go. But the one thing is, you should never have to have an excuse of, no, we don't have the infrastructure for communications to support your company.
But you guys are hiring locally too, as well.
And we're hiring locally as well. We'll employ a certain number of employees here. Actually, the challenge might be keeping existing employees from taking all those positions that want to transfer here, but it's going to be a very exciting time.
Do you have any idea how many employees you will have working here in Breckenridge or based here?
The number of employees either working here or based here, it hasn't been fully worked out. It also depends on, today will be one number, when it's complete will be another. By the way, it's our job to make it very easy for the city to want to continue building on and on and on by providing a great product at a great price with great customer service. So that's a great challenge for us. But when it's complete, I would guess in that 15 range, 10 to 15 range is what it feels like. But we may have to flex with you during the busy times to support all the things that will be going on. Other questions?
I just have one more. What are the chances that Breckenridge could end up selling the network to ALLO? Is that at all been discussed? Is that a scenario? Is that?
No, we haven't even gone down that road, Eli.
Okay.
No, we look at this as another public infrastructure project. The same way the town does roads and bridges, builds parking structures and golf courses, water plants and things of that nature. We really feel that this is a responsibility that a municipality has in providing basic, in this case, communications infrastructure for everyone who is here. And so we do not see, it doesn't say if a subsequent town council may not change their mind. I don't think we're going into this at all thinking that we want to sell this piece of public infrastructure. It's too important, it's too invaluable for us. We want to own it. We want to be able to control and influence the relationships with the service provider. That's more important, quite frankly, than making money or anything else. That's the highest priority for us, is to really deliver a hell of a fine product in the communications field for those who find themselves in Breckenridge for whatever reason. As Brad said earlier, we are a world-class town, and we need to provide world-class service, and this is just part of that.
And ALLO, again, I'll reinforce this, we're an operator of your network. And so that's how we look at it long term. If there's something that happens in the future, yes, we'll be here, but we're an operator of your network. So when you sign up for service, it's, yeah, we're doing the billing and those types of things, but you're paying yourselves. And so it's a great, people talk about public-private partnerships. This is exciting. This is one of the most unique public-private partnerships that's going on in the United States. So be proud of yourselves, be proud of how forward-thinking you are, and be proud of your leadership. It's a big decision, but I think it's just going to be incredible. Other questions? All right, we're talking and we're standing between you and a celebration at this gentleman's place. So with that, again, thank you. Thanks for inviting ALLO to be part of your project. And let's look forward to just an incredibly successful upgrade to the communications infrastructure in the town of Breckenridge. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Sure.